let's go. Let's turn that off. Go here.
Version, you get the terrain. Probably best just to start a new map every major version.
The only downside to that is the fact that you spend all that time, hundreds if not thousands of hours doing a map for them to change it.
Yeah.
You want to upgrade because it's going to be obviously a better version, but you got to sacrifice your map.
Well, it is alpha or beta for a reason, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. That's why I'm holding off on Mega.
No. Okay.
I love these big ore trains, by the way. Much better than the 111s we used to use.
Let's close that.
They just fit the Mega.
Okay. Here.
What?
Go there. But land your helicopter first, or you'll die.
Yeah, I was about to. I'm just gonna go set this down quickly.
Let's see. What is this one? Let's name this.
What am I looking at?
Factorio.
My car.
Huh?
What are you doing?
So you see the train tracks here, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm just setting these stations up so that I can send these trains here. Actually, I want to leave that one there.
How much of the map am I looking at right now?
Oh, not much. So there's the map the whole map. Let me know when you can see it.
Yeah, in the top right.
Well, yeah, no, let's see.
Dear Lord. And you have to like explore the map and shit?
Yeah, so you can see the whole map now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is like, here is like my main base, this center section.
Yep.
And then what I'm doing now is I'm working on these outposts out here in the bottom right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is iron, and then
I think I can see the trains moving along the.
You do, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all in the stations right now. So let's see. But so they're going out and bringing resources back to my base, and then I'll actually let me hop in my car here.
Gotcha.
Lot faster.
So what's in your like hotbar at the bottom there?
Those are mostly building materials. So this is like the belts that are moving stuff around the base.
Gotcha.
This is like an underground belt, so you can, cross belts and stuff like that. And then this is a splitter. You can split belts into two. This takes stuff off of the belts, like this guy right here. Well, let's see, I can just show you one that's actually working.
Oh, so that's your character. Okay, I was wondering what that was.
Oh yeah, that's me running around. Let's see. So I'll turn on, nothing's working right now because I don't have research going. But see, these are science packs. So there's red science, green science, blue science. Over here is military science.
So are these like buildings basically that they do research for you?
Science, so they just create like these little potion bottles that go into these research labs that I've got right here. Eventually you'll see them. Yep, there they are. And then
Okay, I see them.
I hit T, and this is my research, basically, that anything that's in orange I can do as long as I have the materials for it. Anything in green I've already done. Anything in red is not unlocked yet. So in the orange, like right now, I could do... these are kind of expensive, but I could start this one. So this is mining productivity. It just increases the amount of materials I get from mining. So when I start researching that, you'll see all these labs are going to turn on now. And why is this guy not working? Because there's not one of those there. All right. So yeah, so they're all on. At the top right, you can see that mining productivity, that little green bar slowly moving up.
Yep.
So all these should kick on now. Well, some of them. I'm not using that much right now. But these guys are making a little bit right now. Here, if I turn them all, let's turn them all on. Now I'll start using these materials. But see, these purple packs require electric engine units and electric furnaces to make a purple pack. So they're over here. These red engines are electric engine units. Electric engine units require engine units, electronic circuits, and lubricant. So I'm piping lubricant in and bringing in.
And those pipes are from the underground?
Yeah. Well, they're going underground into the assembly machines, and then the actual lubricant's coming from way over. Where is lubricant being made right now? Somewhere over here. Yeah, down here, I think. I don't have a radar there. Can't see it, but that's basically.
What do you mean by that?
If I had a radar there, like see right here how it's. Well, you'll see it in a second. So you'll see this like lit up area on my map.
Oh yeah, okay.
That
so that
means
tells you what's going on there.
There's radars there, so I can actually scroll in and see the map right there. I can actually scroll all the way in to higher detail levels.
Okay.
So like my train stations down here, I can actually, there should be a radar. Yeah. So this is the train I'm working on setting up right now. He doesn't have any fuel. I haven't put fuel in it yet. But and then when I was talking about signaling this, did I put a radar here? I did. So see this junction right here, all of these little guys, you'll see this junction right about now.
Yeah, I see it.
All these little guys right here are signals that are every time you have a crossing you need signals, every time you have a merge you need signals. And so what
would happen if you didn't? Would they just crash?
Well, they could, but most of the time the train will just show no pathing. If it can't get from where it's at to where it wants to go, it'll just say no path available, and it just won't move. But then you'll get these humongous, like this is just a two lane train network, one lane going each way. There are maps with 8 lanes. And some people have even bigger than that, because this is not even, there's what's called mega, this is barely like enough resources to eventually launch a rocket. I haven't launched a rocket yet on this map, but I'm barely producing enough right now to just launch one rocket. Well, there are people that try to make 5,000 of these packs per minute. I have enough here to make 2 per minute.
Wait, really?
2 per second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I'm making 2 per second. So I'm making 120 per minute. There are people that make 5,000 of these per minute. and launch 5 rockets every minute. And I barely have the materials because you can see out this is up here. You'll see up here, but I've got 5 lanes of iron plates in my base right now. 2 lanes of copper plates. A lane
Are
of
the copper plates the red ones?
yeah, they're the reddish ones. And then 2 full lanes of circuits. This right above the circuits in the white is steel, which to make steel requires 5 iron plates per 1 steel. So it takes a ton of materials to make those guys. And red circuits require a lot of green circuits and plastic and
How do you keep track of everything?
very carefully. Why do I have an empty belt here? Oh, I forgot. I was doing my little demonstration over here. See, what I'm doing right now is I want to get robots because robots make your life a lot easier. But in order to do that, I need to do the highest level science packs besides the rocket packs. And so I'm setting up this circuit network, which is going to be supplied by my outposts. And I'm pretty close to getting these guys done because the outposts are done. And now I just got to get the actual trains done. Or the unloading station set up down here. So this guy's going to go here. Oops. And you have to supply. Actually, I should check my power situation.
Why are you putting gaps in between the?
It won't load the train. So
Between cars.
Yeah, between the train cars. Yeah, there's it's a gap of 6 of these inserters, and actually we're unloading. And that just means they're flashing yellow because they're not powered right now. They'll unload into buffer boxes. And then this is going to be interesting, actually. I think I want to do something like this. So what I'm building now, this is a balancer that'll balance all 4 of these lanes that are coming off here, so that I'm essentially using them evenly.
What do you mean by balance?
So there's going to be 4 of these, they're belts basically. So there's going to be 4 of these belts coming off here. And I want to try to use the belts evenly so that, you know, if I don't do it evenly, then like these.
Because there's 4 loading stations.
Yeah, because these boxes may unload faster or get used up faster. And then you develop these like
Backlogs, yeah.
backlogs, yeah. So I'll unload like this. And then what I'll do is this guy's gonna come. This is gonna be a little bit wonky. Actually, it's these middle 2. I'm gonna move this guy back. When you get robots, this becomes so much easier to build stuff because they'll build it for you. You just lay down a blueprint, like I've got belt balancers and a blueprint somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so you basically tell them what to build, where to build it, and they do it for you?
Yeah, so I would basically like plant that guy down like that, and then robots would build it automatically.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But
So are those like templates that you made yourself, or do you get them somewhere, or?
yeah, the belt balancers I found on Reddit post, I think. Although this one's pretty simple. Some of them. Let's see. Let's see. We have an 8 to 8. I think. There's an 8 to 7. So that's 8 lanes of input balancing 7 lanes of output.
Holy fuck! What am I looking at?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really complex. Most, I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I need that, just simply because
I can't even tell how that works. Like the full belt one kind of made sense.
yeah.
I have no idea how the belt one works.
All right, so this guy, so these are your inputs. So this guy's going here and then to there. Yeah, oh my god, this is crazy. There's your outputs. Yeah, I have no idea how all that's working. That's one reason why I would just use a blueprint for that. It's like, I don't need to know how that's working. Just build it and make it work. But what you also can get these really complex, like there's these things called, I don't even know if I've learned them yet, combinators and arithmetic combinators, decider combinators.
Arithmetic?
Constant combinators that you can use to like create these circuit conditions, and people build these really complex
Wait, so you're building a logic system
yes.
within a computer?
Oh yeah,
You're building a computer within a computer is what you're saying.
basically, yeah. It's pretty cool. Let's see, this guy's gonna go here. Oh, stupid rock. You know what?
Kind of like Ark in that sort of respect.
Yeah. I mean,
You gotta do that yourself, or you can get robots to do that for you too.
no, you have to program all that stuff yourself. Alright, so this guy's gonna go. Oh, I'm out of belt. No. Where did I park my stupid car?
I think it was over by the
Way over here.
to the left, I think. Like
Yeah.
the left side of the map near the labs, I think.
I can
think it was above
build
the labs.
I can build exoskeletons to make myself run faster. I probably can actually do that now. Let's see. Yeah, I probably can. Let's go ahead and start that research. Why are you not moving? Because that's the wrong way. These are my smelter lines. They're bringing in the raw iron ore and heating it in furnaces, which are using coal as well to cook everything. Yeah, there's a balancer.
What are those arm-like things I'm seeing?
They're called inserters. The arm-like things. These guys. This blue guy right here that I'm standing next to and I got highlighted. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
basically, yeah.
Yeah. So that guy just puts item. They just move the items from your little factories onto the belts to move them around the base.
Okay. So that green stuff isn't moving because you have a backlog somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. It's all. I'm pretty backed up right now, just because I'm not using a lot of materials. Belts. I'm after belts. But where did I park my? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Don't run into anything. Belts are up here. Whoops. Let's see. I think I could fix that. Yeah. Alright, belts. Alright. are you not spitting out any reds? Okay, because the copper.
So how well does the game scale, so to speak?
What do you mean?
Like, for example, like, you know, in Ark, if you kind of like build a bunch of bases, like basically Ashley's base, it doesn't scale very well. It becomes like unmanageable very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, not terrible. You actually will start having performance issues with your system,
Oh,
though.
I didn't mean like performance issues. I meant more like how you manage all this stuff. Like, at what point does it become too complicated to kind of keep track of?
Well, it's not bad at all. Because, like, for example, I'm going to build this right here, and once I'm done building this little station, it's set it and forget it. All I'll have to do is when I run out of iron way down there at at where I'm getting this ore from, I'll have to get a new source of iron. That's basically it. There isn't really any other scaling that happens. Now it definitely gets complex, but it's kind of a one at a time kind of thing. You just solve one problem at a time and you're good to go.
Okay. You also mentioned AI and like getting attacked and stuff. How does that work?
Oh yeah, I have that turned off on here because I can't.
Oh, okay.
There are bad dudes.
What are you putting down right now?
Power poles.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have any power. So yeah, this is pretty much ready to go, right?
Man, I thought like City Skylines was complicated.
All right, so now where did I park the car? Oh, there it is. All right, so now we can go back down there, and I can start this process up. Do I have? Let's grab some coal to put in the train, and then I'll need to put some.
So now you're gonna like signal the train to come to the station and offload whatever ore it was?
Yep, that's it. The signaling should be done. I just gotta program the train. Oh, don't run over me. And the trains will absolutely kill you. You cannot get run over by a train in this game. You will die.
So what happens when you die?
Now it's not as big of a deal as it used to be. Used to be you lost all your stuff, and to make like a power armor, which I haven't made yet for this guy, is really expensive. So it used.
What just flashed up on screen there?
What do you mean? What flashed up on screen?
It was like a green loading bar or something for a second.
Maybe an autosave. Probably an autosave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it was like loading part of a map or something.
No, it autosaves every 5 minutes or something like that.
That's a pretty useful feature, I imagine.
Yeah, and it does up to 3 autosaves. So if you die, you can just reload the last autosave. if you lost anything of value. But now I think your body actually leaves behind a loot crate. So let's put some fuel in these guys. Oh, and there is nuclear power too in this game. And then let's program this guy. What is the name of this station? That's not the name we want. We want iron.
You know, speaking of that, that's kind of the one thing I think Ark has kind of gone the wrong way. I think the technology you have in Ark is too advanced.
Oh, you think so?
I think so, because like maybe I could understand like basic guns and stuff like that, but the tech stuff is kind of silly in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It gets a little too easy. Let's come back to iron 2. Inventory. No.
I wonder how the game would change if you weren't allowed guns at all and had to stick with like crossbows and shit.
I don't know. I pretty much never went to guns. I had no issues. But you get an ascendant crossbow and you're doing like 600 damage every shot. So
That's true.
I guess that was a little OP on that. All right, so I just put this. This guy's got 2 stations. Each of this top box is the train stations, so you can go to 10 stations if you want. But he's gonna go to Iron Drop Circuits, which is the station that up top that we came from, and he will wait there until his cargo's empty or he's been there for 45 seconds. And then he's going to turn around and come back to Iron 2, which is where we're at right now. And he will wait until he has a full cargo inventory or 45 seconds has passed. So once I hit him the automatic, and actually I can get in and ride along with him. Once I hit automatic, boom, away we go because it's already full.
Gotcha.
So we'll take a train ride, and you can use. So I'm using coal, which is not a great fuel.
For the train?
For the train, you can use solid fuel, or rocket fuel, or eventually.
Solid fuel?
Yeah, or eventually, yeah. It's just basically you take oil byproducts and make fuel out of it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so he should unload. Let's go ahead and hop out.
I see what you mean about the being on the left side, kind of disorienting.
Yeah. All right, so these guys are unloading, and then this should balance everything, you know, even though they're unloading at the same speed. That's going to balance everything, and then you see the ores going down here. It's going to be picked up, put into these furnaces.
Yep.
There you go. And there's exactly enough furnaces here to fully compress a belt.
Fully compress a belt?
Yeah, to fully compress this belt once it's running full speed. Because then I'll hook all. Oh, this is the wrong one. This is the one I really want to focus on. But yeah, see these lanes of iron go. This guy goes here. This guy's gonna go here, and then I just gotta run. Now I gotta do essentially the same thing I just did, because I need copper to be running here as well.
Okay. So, okay, so you haven't hooked everything up yet, basically.
Yeah, it's not all hooked up.
Or have you?
Wait a minute. Why is this guy not going? I have not. Oh, it has no path. Okay, so this guy is not able to get. So I've messed up the signaling somewhere. So let's see what happens if I do that. Nothing. Signal. Walk. Don't hit me.
I was about to say you're on the tracks there.
This.
But I guess
signal's a problem, I think. There he goes. Oh, did you see that? Jumped on that moving train. Yeah, and there'll be it. So my goal is eventually to get to where I'm launching 5 rockets per minute and producing 5,000 packs per minute on this base.
how far away from you are that?
Oh, I'm months away. For if doing it by yourself is months before you can get to that point. I mean, like I said, I haven't even launched 1 rocket on this base yet. And then there's this point between where you basically launch your first rocket and you go into what's called mega basing, and that's where you basically are scaling your production way up. There's this point where it's called a module grind. So modules basically give you the ability to produce more stuff or produce stuff faster or produce stuff more energy efficiently. And in order to produce like 5,000 of some stuff a minute, science packs per minute, you need your machines to be running super efficiently. So
basically, like what? So, for example, if you want to make it more efficient, you'd have two
Right,
trains
bud.
running at opposite stations here, like on this line.
Well, tomorrow's the big day. Braces.
okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna put another iron train on this station. Once I get copper up and going, because I'll need it. I'm not gonna
That makes sense.
I'm not gonna be able to probably keep up with this production with just one train. But I think
So do
Ashley.
these,
Oh. Does who what?
do these resources like last forever? Do they run out?
Oh, yeah. So if you hover over it, you can see how much of each resource is in there. So in this big patch down here, there's 14 million iron.
Okay.
Ashley said he found a patch that had over 100 million iron.
Damn.
Usually the further you get away from your starting area, the more resources are in each patch. Like I've got patches here in my starting area, but you can see this iron that's in my starting area only has 450,000 left. Copper has 580,000, 650,000 coal. So eventually but in the not too distant future, those guys are going to run out. So I'll have
Gotcha.
to. It's basically called outposting, where you just have to build outposts to keep up with the amount of resources that you need. That you're using. There are spreadsheets out there that tell you, and you could come up with it on your own, but I think there are people that have already done it that tell you how much of each resource you need in order to produce X number of science packs per minute. And it gets up to the like 500,000. You need to be mining 500,000 iron ore per minute in order to produce everything that you need. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna build this guy over here and circle around that way. Nope. Oh, backwards. Alright, so
You're making another splitter? No, sorry, not splitter, equalizer.
yeah, belt balancer.
Right.
Yep. And again, for what I'm doing here, I probably don't need this because I've kind of designed this little network here to use all my resources pretty much exactly to the number that I need. But depending on how much those resources are getting used further down the line, could mean that they're not being used equally out of each lane. So this just helps balance. I'm gonna run out, aren't I? How much do I have left? Ooh, okay. Well, if I can get these 2 lanes. So there I can use the undergrounds. Alright, this is where things get interesting.
So why are you like popping the conveyor up between the railway tracks? Is it more expensive to just go underground the whole way?
I can't go over them. Oh, it only stretches so far. I don't think it'll.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. yeah, that's as far as I can go. So, the more advanced, there's a level of belt that's even faster than this one, and it actually does allow you to stretch a little bit further than that.
Okay. I have to say, the latency between the stream and what you're doing isn't bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching it. I'm only, if it's live right now, I'm only about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm closer to 15, but yeah, pretty close.
Whoops. Are you going to make it? You are going to make it, because these are the only two I really need right now. Alright, so we get power here, and we are GTG. I just got to start the copper train up. Oh, I got to run. Oh, I got to run coal over here so I don't run out. Let's see. You go there. Perfect. I don't need you because I just built one right there. Alright. For now, put you there. You there. Whoops. Let's just grab, that's cool. Let's grab. Alright, I want you to go there just for a bit. And of course you're in the worst spot possible. Let's do that, that. Alright, and then we grab some coal and we'll go get that copper train, and this guy will be up and running.
How do you refuel the trains? Is it those things that are working over there?
Yeah, so I just basically put some coal in a box and it's doing it manually. Eventually I'll run some belts over here. Actually, eventually I'll hook this up to a robot network, and robots will bring coal automatically to these boxes, and then it'll refill when it needs it. Actually, we're going to hop on this train and take us down south, because I think my car's down there. Oh. All these military sciences are useless in this version of the game. Whoa, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna. What did you do?
Those trains, man, running close to each other.
Oh, can they crash into each other?
No, they. Not if they're on automatic, but if you put them on manual, you can crash them into each other. Yeah, and it'll just straight destroy the train. Okay, so we have a problem. We have a massive problem. So I'm gonna click on this power pole, and it's telling me basically what my it tells you a lot of details here, but you can see that I have a massive power problem somewhere. I'm betting you that I'm out of coal on one of my lines. So these guys are running ultra slow. Oh, this is very bad. Let's go set up this copper though. Yeah, this is really bad. And yes, I can run into trees and stuff with this car. So
Does it damage the car?
it will damage the car, and it will destroy. In some cases, it will destroy what you run into. Yeah, actually, if you see this little status bar underneath my car, it's got 4 green, and that's basically the health of my car. And if I'm sitting in it, this line at the bottom ticks down as I do damage to the car. But there's repair packs, I can actually repair it.
Gotcha.
And we're good to go. But now we want to set this guy up. And I need to name this station. Let's name it Copper 2. And let's name...
Can you make the trains bigger, or are they just that size?
No, you can make them pretty much as big as you want. So
do you need like the 4 locomotives, or can you just like do 1? 2?
It will be much slower. If I had 1 on each end, it would be considerably slower than if I have 2. And if I scale this up to where I have 6 or more cargo wagons, I would want to add a locomotive on each end. Otherwise, the speed of the trains just becomes so slow it's not beneficial. So, all right, so we're gonna go to copper drop. What did I name that? What did I just name that? Oh, this should be copper drop. Circuits. All right, so it's going to go copper drop circuits, and it's going to go until its inventory is empty. Or let's make it 45 seconds. No. Oh, the power. The power is a major issue. Major issue. Alright. Why is this guy not going? No path.
Wait, so what's causing the power issue?
I don't have enough coal going to my power plants, would be my guess. Alright, so somewhere I've got a pathing issue for this guy. I think I need that. Let's see. Okay, now we gotta figure this out. So it's gonna go here. This guy. Oh. Because I never finished the signaling. Can we do that? What is going on? More signals here missing. Alright. I bet it's up at my station. Oh, my power situation is depressing. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think here's our issue. I never finished the signaling here, did I? Okay. Oh, yeah. Only letting one train. Only letting trains, leave, not enter.
Oh.
That would be bad. See if it's moving now. And there it goes. Alright. Okay. Now let's go figure out. Well, let's watch this guy arrive. Oh, well, it ain't gonna do anything right now anyway, because look at all that power issues. Holy cow. Where is my... Okay. I literally have no power in my base at all right now. Look at this. None. So obviously my coal belts ran out of coal. Well, now this belts... Okay. How did all of that run out of coal? I don't understand. This is going to actually be a bit of a challenge, I think. Well, the first thing we can do is turn off research. How do I turn off research? I don't even know how to turn off research. How do I turn off research? Why is this not working? Okay.
One second, we're gonna
Go.
alt tab here.
We're just not getting enough. We're not getting enough coal down here. We need to. Oh, are all these guys out? No? I think Oh, that was so close. Let's... Oh, of course I'm out of belt.
Man, just like watching you build this, it kind of is like giving me ideas for what I'd do.
Yeah, this is a bad situation with the power. I don't think I'm producing enough power right now.
So when you're running along the barrier belt, are you picking that stuff up?
Yes, yeah, it's all in my inventory now. See, there's coal. So I'm basically just trying to, let's hook this in. All right. We're gonna turn this into that. Alright, so let's see if that will sort of get things going again.
Are those all coal power plants?
They are steam turbines, steam engines, basically. So
Or
yeah,
just burn the coal, generate steam. Okay.
yeah. So I've got boilers that are hooked up to steam engines. They don't. This is not the most efficient. Nuclear is your most efficient source of power, but you can also build solar power as well, which doesn't produce any pollution. So, all right, here we go. So that belt is now supporting. I'm guessing that my coal field here is just not able to keep up, and I'm still really slow, so I need to expand my energy production here. Yeah, I'm just not producing enough energy. So, let's start doing that, I guess. So, basically, for each boiler, you can hook up 2 steam engines to it. And you can have up to 20 boilers running off of one offshore water pump. So I need 2 more And basically, these guys I'm handcrafting. Most stuff I've got automatically being crafted. But a little bit of stone. What do I need? All right. Stone, stone, stone. Okay, it's 2 more of those guys. And there is a point where this picks up considerably, like the pace of the game. Once you get robots, the pace of the game significantly increases. You're not doing nearly as much
Once
stuff.
you get what?
Robots.
Oh, okay.
We need more of these guys. Alright. And then let me go grab some pipe. Am I making pipe anywhere? I'm kind of at the point of the game. I should technically already have robots.
But
I've just put it off. I'm trying to get this circuit network set up, and then I should be good. Vincenzo, what's happening, dude?
What's up?
Have you chilled out a little bit?
Oh, I knew nothing good was going to come out of my mouth, so I figured better off to just leave.
Yeah, I've been there more times than I could count.
I was cheering you from the chat. They're like, no, you basically got dumped. I'm probably fucking
He
furious.
totally got dumped. There's
Yeah, I talked to Brian after, like, he sent me a after the race, like, I came in the pits and I gave him a little shove to show him my appreciation. And I wasn't going to do it during the race because then that's retaliation and blah, blah, blah. But after the race like that, I'll give somebody a nudge like, hey, dick bag, right?
right.
And he's like, oh, get off my back, and okay, whatever. He obviously hasn't seen the replay, but then he watched the replay and he messaged me on iRacing, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that what happened there. He's like, I totally didn't mean to block you. I went out, like, he explained what happened, right? He's like, I went up with him, and then I went back down to block, what's his face's teammate. And I didn't realize you were there because I didn't get a call from the spotter, which is fair because I wasn't yet overlapping him, right? And so he's like, totally didn't, do it on purpose or whatever, right? If he did or not, whatever, right? Who's going to ever know? He said, I'm not in his head. So I messaged him back. I'm like, yeah, I moved over. I knew you weren't overlapped yet, but I was coming such a head of steam, like a locomotive. I wasn't stopping. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
So when you came down, I moved over, and then I end up, I was hoping that whoever was on the left of me on my corner panel was going to move to the left a little bit too, and but it never happened, right? So you chopped my nose, but shit happens,
I didn't.
Yeah, I was pissed
I
off
just.
at the time, and I'm like, that's why I gave you the nudge in the pits, and he's like, oh yeah, fair enough. After I watched the replay, so.
Well, and I was a little pissed off by his comment in Discord,
Oh, what'd he say?
which he must have sent before he talked to you post race. Well, because he was like, apparently I'm Kyle Busch now, and he's like, I don't drive in my mirrors, Vince. And
Oh, he called Vince out
because
by
I-
name.
well, he said
Yeah,
V.
because-
He said VH, which
Yeah, I said because I sent a message like, oh, so this guy's Kyle Busch now, taking
Yeah.
people out.
But that was,
But that's
you know,
that's why I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave it at that because otherwise it'll get out of control, and
yeah.
there's just no point in putting fire on something that's not really. I mean, he was honestly like, oh shit, after watching the replay, I was like, fuck. So whatever, it is what it is. I still protested him, so whatever. Oh Oh, dude, yesterday I was so close to protesting the whole fucking team.
Oh,
Alliance?
Alliance, yeah.
Non-stop blocking everybody, and
I've lost a lot
Yeah,
of
the,
respect for those guys lately. They're not.
Yeah, because the league rules said one move, and then you got to stick with the line. Yeah. How
Yeah.
does that? transfer
well,
over to-
you know, actually not iRacing rules, but the majors rule is you cannot block a driver that's making like an attack or is, you know, committed to an attack. You can't react to his reaction, kind of thing, right? So
Okay, so you can swerve, but you can't do it in reaction. Gotcha.
yeah, so if he would have started going down before I was there, then it would have been perfectly fine, right? But the way it looked is I went down, then he went down. So it's like, well, you're reacting to my move on you, right? And so yeah, anyways. But that whole team did that the whole race, and they caused problems in the back of the pack, essentially, because as soon as somebody had runs like that, they would move up and block them. And then later on, one of the guys would drop down into the bottom and then would slow down to let their teammates down in the bottom, which would cause, you know, massive checkups and problems at the back of the freaking long-ass lineup.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit douchebaggy, but whatever. Well, we'll know for next season or whatever. We'll just team up, and I'll, you know, whoever's the fastest qualifier, we'll qualify all you guys together, and we'll do the same. He's knowing some of those Alliance guys. I know they ain't fast, even on ovals. So there's no way they would have qualified in top. They probably did the same as we were thinking of doing.
I was never thinking of doing it. I'm too honest for that. Alright. I'm gonna blow some trees up.
Trees up?
Gonna blow up some trees.
Oh. I'm looking at a tutorial of adding traffic to my simulator.
Oh.
Flight sim.
Oh yeah, I was telling Sai you've been into it lately. He was talking that Joseph from the old team was really into flight sims too.
Well, this traffic program apparently looks online and sees the traffic in the real world. So if an airplane is leaving Vancouver right now, it's leaving in the sim.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking into it. Hopefully it's not like a fortune breaker, but
What sim do you use?
Prepare 3D.
Gotcha. How does it run? Like, does it run well? Does it does it have the same issues as Flight Simulator X Steam version, or?
Oh Lord, no. Flight Simulator X, it was Windows, and was, you know, the thing was like 20 years old now, I think. So
Yeah.
the problem with it is a 32-bit program can only utilize 4 gigs of RAM total.
Right.
So if you're doing long flights and you have, you know, scenery and all that shit, well, you get crashes, you know, the program will crash with ooms out of memory error. So that was the biggest thing for the longest time, and there was other issues with it too, and whatnot. And then I think what happened is Lockheed Martin bought the rights to it,
Yeah.
and they rebranded it as Prepare 3D, or Prepare 3D. I keep calling it Prepare 3D. And what it is, they fixed all the glitches, and then recently they came out with version 4.0, which is a 64-bit version. So now there's no more problems with ooms. So now it's like, you know, you can have a lot more scenery detail and all that kind of crap now. So, and it runs a lot smoother because it's 64-bit, and they fixed a lot of the issues with Flight Sim. So,
Gotcha. How much is the
still a
academic
system
license
hog.
again?
I think it's like $50 or something like that.
Yeah. So that's not. I'm not getting that for a while.
Like I can't remember, but technically, if you read the EULA, you're supposed to buy the professional version, which is exactly the same thing. Okay, but it's like $200.
Yep.
Because unless you're like a student pilot or a student or something like that, then you're supposed to buy the the Pro one or whatever the version it is, and I bought the academic one because I did a couple private pilot lessons. That was my excuse. I'm like, yeah, I'll just buy this one.
I've gotten a few people to play DCS and stuff.
Yeah, I tried DCS. I should re-download it.
Yeah, we've been getting Travis. I've gotten Travis, Dan, and I think Mertz as well to like, play together. It was fucking hilarious because I got Dan in the P51, and when he started the yeah when I told him to start the engine, I forgot to tell him to hold the brake, and it started rolling. And then he looked up and he saw he was rolling, and he instinctively slammed the brakes. And
oh yeah, then dozed it.
Over.
Yeah, you know what? I had that game, but I had it with my GTX 970, and it wasn't like the GTX 970 just couldn't. I mean, if I was doing the missions, it couldn't handle like the shit shooting at me, and like too many vehicles and stuff on the ground and whatnot. So it was just the frame rate was just terrible. But solo missions were pretty badass. Like, it's hard. I just have a regular. I have an Extreme 3D Pro from Logitech. I have like 10 buttons on this thing, but then DCS you got to do so much. It's just like the keyboard commands and shortcuts are insane.
Yeah, you almost need like a
insane.
throttle and a stick, like separate units with like a bunch of buttons and rotaries and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, you need a hot ass like the, yeah, because then you can control your screens on the plane and and all that crap, right? So it's pretty goddamn good because of that. Most of the controls are now on those controls. Otherwise, you got to use the short. And that's the first thing when I was talking to somebody that played it regularly. They said, get one of these HOTAS because then otherwise you're gonna have to learn all their keyboard shortcuts, and that's the hardest way to learn it. If you have the HOTAS, then you instinctively learn like the thumb controls on the throttle and stuff for the screen and selecting different menus and stuff. So
yeah, I still have like a Cytec Aviator, which is it's nice. I have a split throttle, but it's all one unit, so I have to use the keyboard for a lot of things, and I need to get head tracking too. Head tracking is another thing you absolutely need.
yeah, I have oh damn, what's it called again? Having a brain fart. What's the most popular one? Well, I don't know if it's the most popular, but it's made by IntelliPoint. God damn it! You know when you see the word right in front of you, but you can't seem to read it.
Wait, what?
I can't remember the name of the head tracking one I use.
Think about getting a declan clip or something like that. It's basically like a PS2i camera with an IR filter over it. I'm just probably going to stick a few LEDs on my
Oh, track IR. That's what I have. There you go.
Oh, a track IR.
Jesus.
It's stupidly expensive though.
I don't know how much they've changed on price, but I got mine like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was what, $100 at the time.
Still quite a bit for a piece of plastic and a few LEDs.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, but well, that's the thing. I was trying to because you gotta put this stupid thing on your headset, or you gotta put this 3 reflector thing on a hat or on your head or something, and I'm like, that's.
I'm not wearing
retarded.
a hat when I'm playing a game.
Yeah, like the fuck. So I think the piece that goes on your headset is just 3 tiny little LEDs.
Yeah, basically.
So I was thinking of making my own.
Apparently it's really flimsy.
Yeah, it is. I've broken it many times. But I was thinking, cut the wires to it and make like a little battery pack, because half the time what happens is that's the only thing that's wired. So I'm like, doo doo doo, all of a sudden I get up and rip.
Bluetooth or something.
No, because all it is, it just needs power to light up those 3 LEDs.
Oh, that's BS.
Yeah, so I always thought I'm gonna make a little, just a little battery pack thing from, you know, whatever, a toy or whatever, and glue it on there somehow, and that way at least it's not wired. Because half the time that's when I break the damn thing, is because I get up not thinking it's wired anymore and rip, and there goes like the thing, and it goes flying on the ground. And but anyways, yeah, I can actually, you can actually use that for iRacing too.
I don't think it'd be as good for iRacing though, because
It's not bad, but it does help to look into the corners. And you can set, I set different profiles when I was first using it, but it's a little bit CPU intensive, so I never really used it before, like on my previous PC on iRacing. So now I just haven't set it back up for this PC. So, but yeah, you can. So I had different profiles, and what I did for iRacing, I locked the up and down, look up and down, and basically it was just side to side, so just looking in the corners a bit. So if you set it up that way, it seems to be pretty good for iRacing.
Si, you should tell Vince about your internship.
Oh right, yeah, Vince. I got an internship with the race team.
Oh,
So I'm doing
nice.
data engineering for Pro World Challenge team.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna have time to race with us anymore.
Oh, I will. I'm just not on the weekends, basically.
Just take your laptop and steering wheel with you.
I know, right?
All right. All right. Well, I think I finally solved my power issues.
You did? What'd you end up doing?
I added 50% more power. Let's speed this process up to. Of course, I'm out about.
The other thing I hate about DCS is that it fucking crashes all the time. I don't know, like, it's probably the worst, it's probably the least stable of all the flight simulators out there. You guys still hear me? Or
Yeah.
I-
Yeah,
Okay, I
I'm just
thought-
reading stuff.
I thought that was my computer giving itself, shitting itself. That's what usually happens, like first the game crashes,
40.
then TeamSpeak, and then, you know.
$44 US, 45 US. Fuck.
For
that
what?
traffic program.
Yeah.
Man, doesn't Orbix charge like $60 per continent or something? Or is it like
Yeah.
$60 per country?
I think it's like, yes, $60 for the global, and then each region, like, so they have a global map, which updates the global thing, but then if you want like even more realism, for especially for me, like I do a lot of airline stuff, not a lot of general aviation.
Yeah.
So, but then you can get like the general, like the other stuff, like Pacific Northwest I purchased for like my local area and stuff. So it makes it more realistic in my area, and I can fly a little plane around here and enjoy the scenery. But that's about, you know, a couple other ones I got, like down in Seattle one, so I can fly a little general aviation in plane, Like every year I go to Seattle to watch the NHRA drag racing, so I fly down to like next to the track.
Yeah. Scott was telling me how you kind of like followed Kinetic around wherever they were racing next. You just fly. What was it, like? I think. Well, actually, I don't think Scott told me, but it was like a 777 or whatever aircraft was appropriate.
Yeah, actually I just purchased a 747, so.
The PMDG one.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, that one's a beast.
Yeah, it's like $150 or something retarded like that.
Yeah, like Vince, what happened when I got it? It was like almost damn 7 or 8 years ago. But when I got that thing, that was like $50. What happened?
I don't know what drugs you're on. I think it was because it was the older version.
Yeah, this was for like FSX, like 20. I want to say 20.
Yeah, now
maybe
they changed it. Now that's the 747 Queen of the Skies.
What's the difference?
It's way more updated for like P3D and stuff.
Oh, so just like code overhaul, basically?
Yeah, but they've added a whole bunch of stuff that wasn't there before either. I had the old version too before, right?
Yeah.
But this is like it's like day and night compared to the old one.
Okay. So they kind
Yeah,
of
you
took what
can
they learned
see.
from like the 737 and all that shit and applied it to the 747?
Yeah. Yeah, I put you a link of my flight I did from Vancouver to Daytona.
Yeah, the kinetic skin for it and everything? Cause
No, I don't know how to make paints.
We do have trucks now. Did you see the trucks on the website?
Yeah, I saw the John.
I was
beat
so-
this thing up.
I was so tempted to copy and paste his comment about, you know, this
Oh,
would be a split 2 cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll leave it a couple days before I put that out there.
Wait, what comment?
Oh, he said, "Oh, it must be the split 2 cars leaving the track because the Alliance trucks would be blocking both lanes."
Hashtag bitter.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm so gonna post that on Discord.
Yeah, be careful because Mike really favors those Alliance guys. They pretty.
Oh wait, you get ground vehicles and shit now?
Yeah, but see, there's the problem. So he favors them, so they're allowed to do stupid shit then.
Basically.
Yeah. And that's not right.
No, it's not. Okay.
Wait, Vince, since when did we get like ground power units and shit like that?
Yeah, it's been evolved, bro.
So is this a PMDG one?
Yeah.
Wait, you can do a walk around? What is this shit?
Yeah, there's actually you can do avatar mode, but I haven't figured out how to make it work. Because for some reason it gets all conflicted with controls and shit. I haven't worked it out yet.
Wow.
But you can actually have like a avatar and you can walk around and shit. So I just use the camera app program I have and I pretend I walk around.
That's pretty cool though. I wish I could like pre-flight and shit like that.
Yeah, like I said, it's evolved quite a bit in the last few years.
What is a KYVR again? Where is that?
CYVR is Vancouver, BC, Canada. And
Gotcha.
KDAB is Daytona. I like the
Yeah, I
name.
know KDAB.
It's like dabbing. That's how I remember it.
Alright.
Yeah, and pretty much like everything in the plane works. Like the weather radar and stuff, you can change the gain and everything. You can change what mode you want it in. You can, the stabilizer trims on and off on the center pedestal. You can change like all the controls on the overhead you can turn on and off, and you have to set right, and yeah, it's quite intense.
Man, I remember the FMC being a complete bitch to program. But I was like in middle school back then, so I didn't really understand any of it.
Yeah, well, I have another program called PFPX.
Not good.
What'd you do?
A massive signaling issue. Holy crap. Oh, this is bad. Where's my car? Dude, where's my car? Please don't tell me it's way down here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, this is terrible. I was like, why am I running out of resources? And I look at my map, and all my trains are jammed up at this intersection down here. Nobody's going anywhere. Oh, rock. Oh, this is terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh yeah, this is very bad. Very, very bad. Okay, so you are not going because you are not going. And why are you not going? You're the cause of all this, dude. What? Okay. Trains are on the move.
Oh,
again.
that center ECAS screen is new.
You know what I think I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna go practice Silver Crown at Phoenix. Because that's next up on the list. Oh. Try not to destroy my car. It's very dark. It's very, very dark. Alright, let's run some refueling over here. That's fine. Wooden chest, more than acceptable. Just put you there.
Alright, somebody's inviting me to go fly with them, so I'm gonna go do that. Vince, if you ever wanna fly DCS and stuff, hit me up.
Yeah, I'd have to really get back into it, but yeah, I'll have to delete some games off my computer to fit it on my hard drive. It's like, hold on, how much is left in this thing? Hold on, I'll show you. I'll look it up right now. Where's my folder? There it is. Properties. I have 468 megabytes left.
Wow. Out of how
Yeah.
much?
500 gigs.
Dear Lord.
Dude, go buy a terabyte hard drive. They're like
I was about to say.
they're like $20 now.
Yeah, I hate those spinny drives. Everything, like my streaming computer has a spinny drive. It takes a half an hour to boot up. You've seen me, Scott, when I said, oh, I'll be right back, I gotta restart my computer. I'm back in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I have all my startup stuff and iRacing runs on my SSD. But I also have a 2 terabyte hard drive for like Steam games and stuff like that, just so that they don't suck up all of my hard drive space.
Excuse me, if I were to buy a spinny drive, I'd buy like the minimum one I buy nowadays is a hybrid one.
Well, DCS is fairly big in
Yeah.
in size.
What was it that was so big? Oh, it's Ark. Ark is like massive,
Ark is
isn't it?
massive.
Yeah.
Like, when I downloaded Ragnarok and like all those mods you guys got me,
Yep.
I think that sucked up like damn near 50 gigs.
Yep. Can I do? Where can I do this?
Actually, I don't know if it was just Ragnarok was the 50 gigs. Like something was 50 gigs.
Yeah. It's humongous. The game itself, I know, is over 50 now. I think. Oh, come on. Alright, yeah, we definitely don't want to do that. Stop it. Okay. Belts. I need belts.
I want to get something like this because we can fly on with VADSIM online with live air traffic controllers and stuff. But the problem with that is if you're on a long flight for 12 hours, you're not going to sit. I'm not going to sit on my computer for 12 hours.
Yeah.
So if you stay on and all of a sudden you come in a zone where an air traffic controller came online and you don't respond, then they boot you out. And if you do that more than once or like 2 or 3 times, then they like ban you from the service. It's stupid. But anyways.
I know people who turn off VATSIM, like when they're
Yeah, you can
cruising.
turn it off and then turn it back on, and then you gotta like re-upload your flight plan to them, and it's just I don't know.
Honestly, I think VATSIM is probably a step. It's probably a step too far for me. For most things.
Yeah, I think after using it for a couple of years, it kind of gets that way. Holy crap! Oh, never mind. I thought it said 121 gigs. I was like, what? 3.5 gigs for this, but this one goes on my boot drive, so.
But I'm actually looking how much space DCS takes on my computer. Field dynamics. Properties.
Let me know how much space I need. I'll delete some of the games I don't play.
Yep. 20 and counting. 30
Jesus.
and counting.
Jesus. But you have a lot of DLC though?
A fair bit. I've got an extra map.
Yeah.
That's gonna add up. 80 and counting.
Holy potatoes, Batman.
Okay, 81.4. Not as big as I thought it'd be, if I'm honest. But I've got like a few extra aircraft and an extra map, so that's probably part of it.
All right. Okay. Please tell me we don't have another jam. We have another jam. Damn it.
Man, it's been 15 minutes and you're still pre-flooding?
Yeah.
Man, 12-year-old me would have said fuck this shit and backed up already.
Well, the thing is, in real life, you have a co-pilot that does half the stuff, so it goes a lot quicker, right? The pilot shows up, you start setting the plane up, and then the flight attendants show up, and then, you know, you board the plane, and, you know, half an hour later you're off, right? But it's still about an hour.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I want to get to is there's another program called, oh, shit, brain fart again.
It's you again.
F2 crew.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it uses your voice or whatever, and
FS2 crew, that's what it was.
FS2 crew, yeah, and then basically you can say, you know, as you're flying or whatever, flaps up, you know, heading 256, and the co-pilot will like change stuff and it'll do things, so you can actually do a little bit more multitasking.
Mhm.
And then after FS2 crew will start setting up the plane too.
Pretty
So
awesome.
basically you start it up, and then the co-pilot will start running his own things, and you can just focus on programming the FMC, and he'll tell you pre-flight checks completed stuff. So it's pretty cool. And I mean, I'm no pro either. I'm sure, like, if some pro watched me how I'm setting up the aircrafts, I'd be like, oh, you didn't do that's not right. You know, I don't even use checklists. I just just do it. I wing it. That's actually how I learned. You know, I'll tell you. First time I bought a PMDG aircraft, I was like, what the fuck? How do I do this? How do I do this? Oh my god, I don't know how to. And then slowly I learned over time, and just learned how to set everything up and fly, and yeah. I'm not following 100% procedures, but it's not bad for just figuring it out as you go.
Yeah. Like I was telling Scott yesterday that it's basically like seeing the car setup screen in iRacing. Like you see, you're scared because you don't know what you're looking at. But then once you kind of get it down, you're not so intimidated
for
by
sure.
it anymore.
I still don't know what the hell I'm looking at on that screen. So. Although you'd have been proud of me, Si. I built our setup for Daytona and it was fast.
Hey, there
And
you
then
go.
in the Nissan.
Nissan's actually fairly difficult to set up, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, there wasn't any science to it. I was like, let me try this and see if it works. Hey, that's a little bit faster. Okay, let's try this. Hey, that's a little bit faster. Vince
Yeah, I mean, it
tested
worked.
it.
Vince got the win.
Yeah. All right. So what are? Let's see. PacificMajors.com. So we want.
So, where are you guys in the point standings right now?
I won't.
Oh,
I don't
I'm
think.
scared to look.
I don't think it's been updated lately. I don't think it's updated yet. It's still just through the first race. Nope. I guess it is updated through yesterday. We're still
What's the
fourth.
next event?
We're still fourth. We're like 53 points out of third. The next event is Silver Crown at Phoenix. The Copper World Classic. So Pacific Reason Pro Division. Vince is fourth. 40 points back.
Nice.
And in the Sportsman Division. Come on. I am. Where am I? Did I get moved to Pro? I'm not showing up on the Sportsman. Pro. Why am I not showing up? Governor's Cup. Standings. What am I missing? Can I not see? Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm 38th. In Pro. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting that he's already done the standings and whatnot. Usually it takes a few days. Oh, that's obviously not sorted. Did he not sort these? All right, and then in Europe. Kinetic European. All right. Schedule. Let's see what the weather is for this nonsense. Oh, to be determined. It's not up yet. Great.
Hey, what?
The weather hasn't been set yet for
Not even that time of day?
let's see. Evening. So late afternoon. Well, yeah, we talked about that already. Alright, Phoenix 08, Oval, Silver Crown, Test.
I'm just going to listen because this is going to be hilarious.
Oh, here, I can,
This says you're streaming, though.
yeah, here we go. Actually, let me, cut Factorio off. All right. Oh, yeah. I don't have it set up. I guess I'm using baseline, eh? I didn't go to Phoenix. There we go.
I can't help you with oval setups. I am useless. Like, maybe the Indy car I can do, but past that, I'm useless.
What car? You ready?
BW12?
BW12?
No, the DW12. IndyCar.
Oh, that thing. That old thing.
That old thing.
Oh, hello, understeer.
You're getting understeer in a sprint car?
Yeah.
Use your right foot, man.
No, it's not the sprint car. It's
It's the Silver Crown.
Silver Crown. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, basically the same thing.
No, it doesn't have any wings at all.
Well, the sprint car doesn't have wings either, like the road-going sprint car. I still don't think so.
I don't even know what the right line at Phoenix is. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, loose on exit. Oh, yeah.
You're lifting. You can't lift. But who did all the graphics for like the stream overlays and stuff?
Wade.
Ooh. Is Nanette still a part of your team? I forget.
He is. He's not around very much, though. Well, I guess he's on different time than everybody, so I think he does some league stuff with a couple of guys, maybe.
Yeah, I see him like in practice sessions every now and then, but yeah. I don't think I've ever seen him on TeamSpeak yet. I
Yeah.
haven't been around very long for that.
The only time I've seen him is when we're in an event. We did. He was in the car I was in for Daytona in the DP.
Speaking of which, how'd that go for you?
It was awful for us. We got disconnected 4 or 5 times in the first 30 minutes of the race. So we were 3 or 4 laps down.
Yikes.
Yeah. Then once it stabilized, we were pretty much the fastest car on track in our split. 4th or 5th. I think we were 5th split, maybe.
I'm assuming you used Gabe's setup?
No. We used something Nenad came up with.
Why? Gabe's setup was really stable.
Yeah. We used Nenad's setup. That's all I could tell you.
Okay.
I kind of wasn't given a whole lot of option in the matter. I was fine with either one, so.
Gotcha.
I mean, Nenad's set was pretty quick. It was really stable too. It was just very different than. The gearing was really different, and the way that you drove it was a little bit different.
Gotcha. Well, I really gotta get going. I'll talk to you guys later. It was good seeing you again, Vince.
Yep. Catch you
Yeah,
later,
take care,
Si.
Si.
Take care, guys.
Whoa! Can't use the apron. Can't use the apron. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing. There's aircraft everywhere.
Oh yeah. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yes, yes, I know I have wheel damage. Thank you.
I'm watching an Air Canada plane taxiing to the runway. It's awesome. It said Airbus is what Air Canada would use. It's all so cool.
I tell you, I used to work for it was Air Wisconsin, but we flew United under the United flag. I used to be a supervisor at our station here in Louisville. It was actually fun. I enjoyed working for airline. De-icing aircraft, not a lot of fun. But I was a supervisor, so so I got to say, hey, you, go de-ice that plane.
You do this.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. He ain't got no say in this.
Yeah.
Do it.
That was the only thing I hated was weather, man, because it would throw everything off. Well, that and the fact that we flew to Chicago, which is the worst airport in the world
for weather, yeah.
to fly in and out of. I wonder how many laps we'll get on the tires for this thing. By the way, this thing takes 75 gallons of gas.
What is this for?
The Silver Crown. It holds 75 gallons of gas.
It'll take 2 years to fill.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, I've done like 20 laps on this stint, and there are 125 left in the tank, so.
Oh my god, it's a gas guzzler.
Well, and I'm guessing I haven't even looked to see if I'm actually using that because I'm doing so much lifting through the corners.
Man, I'm so excited I got this. So cool. I could have waited so long. Oh wow, you can bring up the status board and you can see all the flights that are leaving Vancouver and arriving. Oh, it even turned on its landing lights and strobes before entering the runway. That's cool. That's so cool.
Boy, Mark's gonna love Phoenix with that new wheel. Woo! He's gonna be wore out by the end of the race.
Yeah, I think he has his setting too high. Because if Daytona wears you out, then man, you have it way too high.
Yeah.
If I got that wheel, I'd seriously have to reinforce my rig because it's already with the Fanatic is already falling apart. Oh, you can hear the jet ramp up and everything? Alright, dude, I gotta have dinner, and I'm gonna call it a night for now, anyways.
Yeah, I'm about to log myself. I'm gonna do a couple more laps here. I want to see what tire wear is like.
Yeah, and then 12 hours is before the Silver Crown, isn't it?
It is,
Sebring?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Alright.
Me and you are the only ones. You signed up for the DP, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but I don't think you can
Yeah.
run the same race I can run.
What do you mean?
I can. I don't really want to do the second race unless I just run for a couple stints at the very beginning.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing that month I work Saturdays, so
Yeah.
so only you and me in the DP then?
So far, I don't know how John's gonna.
Oh, you can
Break
put
'em
me in
up.
another car, I guess, or oh fuck yeah, I don't know then. Who's gonna run with you then?
I don't. I told John if he couldn't make me fit a DP, then I'll drive whatever. It doesn't have to be a DP, so.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm all down for the DP, but I can only do the second race because of working that day. So
Yeah. That's just too late. It's too hard for me to stay up all night like that.
yeah, I know that's the thing. I was like, fuck, it sucks because I have to stay up all night. Well, whatever. At least it's a weekend and I'll be off Sunday and Monday, so I'll have time to recover.
Yeah.
Alright, dude. Catch you later.
Alright, catch you later, Vince. Alright, let's go here. Oh yeah, this thing stuff.